First things first, if you're not signed up to the Wolf mail list, you can find it in the bio below or on www.thewayofwolf.com/wolf-mail. Essentially, it is me sending you personal daily emails, challenges, exclusive drops, insightful videos, insightful messages, insightful emails, and you should be signed up to there if you are looking to become the best version of yourself, and if you are looking for more information, and if you're looking to change your worldview, your lifestyle, habits, and way of life. So, today's video, now we've got it out of the way, is especially for those who are under 30 years old. If you are under 30 years old, you need to buckle up and listen to this video right here, because this video here is going to give you a change and shift in mindset, and it's going to let you know the things you need to be focusing on if you are under 30 years old. If you know anyone that is under 30 years old as well, feel free to share this video to them, and let's get into it. So there's one main thing I want under 30-year-olds to be focusing on, and that one thing you should be focusing on when you're under 30 years old is understand that you need to take risks. Under 30 years old is a perfect time. The reason why being under 30 is a perfect time is because when you are under 30 years old, you can afford to take certain risks that you can't when you are over 30 years old. You need to understand that firstly, you don't know fuck all. I know you think you do. I know you're probably reaching that point in your life where maybe you're starting to get girls. You're starting to become a bit more independent. You're starting to feel yourself more. You're starting to take care more of your appearance. But that is just the beginning phase of entering into manhood. The under 30 is a very special time, because what you do under 30 is then going to shape where you're going to be post 30. So this is why it's a very critical time. But it's also a very enjoyable time, because these are where most moments are created. If you speak to any guy over 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and you talk to them about their memories, or if you ever hear a guy, listen to him when he's very carefully when he's talking about the memories he's had, it's always going to be it's always going to be before 30 years of age, because this is where you have the most excitement, where you have the most enjoyment, and you have to create memories. Do not waste your under 30s on trying to be so perfect, because this is the time to make mistakes. If there's ever a time to make mistakes, it's going to be before you turn 30 years old. What type of things should you be doing? Well, I think you should experience what it's like to be broke. You probably already are, especially if you are under 30. There's a very less likely chance that you are rich. And I think you also have to experience a heartbreak. I think you shouldn't be afraid of love, but you shouldn't let love dictate what you do. But I think you should allow yourself to fall in love so you can understand the nature of women as well. You don't want to be experiencing heartbreak post 30s, post 40s, because that is much harder to recover from. Also, what else do you need to do? Travel. Even if it's just to the neighboring city. You need to learn to be independent. You need to take chances. You need to learn how to do certain things. Traveling is a big thing, especially solo travel. I don't mean traveling with your boys. I don't mean traveling with your chicks. I don't mean traveling with things. You can meet things along the way, but it's essential that you travel alone, because you learn so much about yourself, who you are, and how to maneuver when you are traveling in an environment that you are not used to, outside of your actual habitat that you've actually come from. You learn so much because it's just you and you only. And this is always going to be a metaphor for your life. Understand that as a man, it's just you and you alone. Nobody's coming to save you. If you want anything done, nobody cares about you more than you care about yourself. As far as success, as far as making things happen, as far as becoming the best version of yourself. Now, I'm not saying there ain't people that don't care about you. I'm not saying that there's not people that don't think about you or that don't have your best interests in heart. But in regards to making things happen, taking forward steps and changing your life, nobody's going to be more capable of doing that than yourself and the decisions you make. So you are going to learn a lot by doing solo travels. Ideally, if you can, a different country is even better, because now we're talking about a different language, a different culture, a different way of life, and you learn to maneuver in environments that you are not used to. And as a default, By putting yourself in these uncomfortable situations, you are growing, you are developing yourself, you're developing your character. This is character development, where you are putting yourself in uncomfortable scenarios, and then you are then learning how to operate within those unknown, uncomfortable scenarios and environments. And this is what we call character building. And via building this character, it then builds your confidence, because once you've done something, you know that you are able to do it, and then you won't be so fearful to do it again. So make sure you are traveling as much as you can, so you can learn things, meet new people, and understand different ways of life. When you are under 30, there are limited things that you are capable of. But this is the beauty of it, because you are almost building your own self-character via experiences. But when you're under 30, you don't even know how to even fuck properly. I know you're thinking that you know how to fuck, but you're not even fucking right. You're not pounding the chicken, you think you're doing something. No, you start learning more about the woman's body. You start understanding where the clitoris is, or where the G-spot is, how to make her come, the difference between her coming and her climax. And you don't know this under 30. You think you're doing a good job because she's making noises, but you're not. So you're even learning on a sexual aspect. Not just a life aspect, you're also learning on a sexual aspect. Another thing you also need to be doing is you need to be taking risks and chances in areas that you are already operating in. So for example, if you're going to the gym, don't be scared to push that weight a bit harder. You can recover much quicker than you can post 30, I can tell you that. If you go out tonight and you're back by 5 a.m, set yourself a task. Say, okay, I'm gonna operate with 2 hours of sleep. 2 hours of sleep, a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna hit the gym. Put yourself in uncomfortable scenarios so you can build yourself, so you can build your character, because post 30 is going to be much harder to do these things. Another thing I also want to touch on is don't commit to something too early. Yes, I know most people probably tell you the opposite, but try avoid from committing to things too early. Now, what do I mean by committing things too early? So right now, look at me. I'm in a penthouse in Manila, Makati in the Philippines. So many of my friends would love to be able to travel, would love to be able to move out the country that they're currently living in. But the reason why they can't is because they've committed to certain things too early. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with committing to things, but too early is where you handicap yourself. They've either decided to have kids in their early 20s, or they've decided to get a mortgage in their early 20s, or what they've done is they've handicapped themselves from allowing themselves to explore. And the reason why I'm able to explore now is because I didn't commit to anything too early. I didn't force myself to have certain responsibilities, because I can learn along the way of different experiences. I can be more mobile, I can be more fluid. I can just, tomorrow I'm getting up and going to another city, and then I'm probably gonna fucking end up in Malaysia. The reason why I'm able to do these things is because I avoided committing too early in life, where you handicap yourself. Now, I'm not saying don't commit at all. I'm not saying don't plan to have kids. I'm not saying don't plan to have a mortgage. I'm saying don't commit to these things too early, because you need to learn, and the only way you learn is by experience. And the more experience you have, the more of a calculative decision you can make for your life moving forward. A lot of people see the first bright flashing thing and they flock towards it, instead of saying, okay, I know that's okay, cool, I know that's a potential option, let me see what else is out there. And then you come back, you make a comparable analysis, and then you say, okay, cool, that's the option I'm going to go for. You understand what I'm saying? When you're going shopping, you don't just walk in and buy the first thing. You start looking, okay, cool, okay, the red one, okay, the red one, okay, there's a purple one, okay, cool, there's the yellow one, okay, maybe the blue one, okay, the orange one is a bit bright, but maybe I'll take the green because it's a good balance between, it's not too... You first experience the different items, and then you make your decision. That's the best way to make a decision, when you make an informed decision, not just the first thing that comes to you. So avoid committing to certain things too early. Avoid getting into heavy debt. Avoid fucking committing that keeps you still, that doesn't allow you to be fluid. So avoid committing to things too early, so you're fluid enough to move and roam about, so you can have different experiences, so you can learn and you can build your character. Essentially, when you are under 30, what you're doing is you're building your character bit by bit by bit, just like a game, just like GTA. You're building, you're going through each level, building each level. And some levels, yeah, of course you're gonna fail, but you learn during the failures. You don't see failures as failing, you see failures as learning a lesson. It's another lesson that you've learned, it's another lesson that you learned. Stop being so scared to fail and fuck up and get things wrong, because you can easily recover from those mistakes you make before you turn 30 than after 30. So if you are under 30, now is the time for you to be making those mistakes. Now is the time for you to be taking those risks. And now is the time for you to be taking those chances. So under 30 guys, don't be scared to go out there, book that ticket, go on that date, take that chance, try that new food, try that new thing, try new things and get out here, bro. Don't be one of those guys that end up being 50 with zero experience, zero anything, and just live a mundane life. Get out of here. The whole world's big enough. It's all yours for the taking as long as you decide to step out there and go and take it yourself, right? If you made it to this part of the video, congratulations. I'm glad I was able to keep you engaged for that long. If you do want more videos like this, more insightful videos, more challenges, exclusive drops, feel free to subscribe to the channel and also subscribe to the Wolf mail list on www.thewayofwolf.com/wolf-mail. I'll see you there.